Welcome. In front of me is a REALME GT8 Pro, and today I'll show you how you can enable and also set up your portable hotspot. So, to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top right side of the screen, like this. And this will show you all the toggles right here. Now you're looking for the hotspot toggle, which I believe should be added by default, and it looks like it is. It's right here for me. But if you can't find it on any of the pages, you can click right here on this pencil, then click on the plus, and find your toggle somewhere here. Once you do, you just tap on it, it gets added, click on done, and you should have access to it in the list right here. Anyway, once you see it right here, first time around, I recommend holding it in this list and then selecting more settings and navigating to hotspot settings and just changing the password. There is a randomly generated password and you can kind of see it when you hold this toggle, but it's still not a very good password to try to type it in yourself. So I do recommend just getting rid of it, setting up a new one, which will need to have at least 8 characters in length. It can be super simple like it is for me, but so is my memory, so it matches well. And the name of the hotspot will always be the name of the device, but you can change it if you want to. Now below that we have also things like AP band, and we have choice between 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. Now if you don't know what this is, just a little quick kind of explanation. For the most part, majority of people will most likely want to use the 2.4. It's the one that is going to be utilized by literally every device that has Wi-Fi connectivity, and it's kind of a positive of it. The downside is it's going to be a little bit slower compared to the 5 gigahertz one, and on top of that, it might struggle a little bit more in densely populated areas, maybe something like New York City. If you encounter that your hotspot just, I don't know, you can't connect to it, or you have some kind of problems with it, that it continuously disconnects or just works like crap, this could be because the network, or 2.4 gigahertz line, is super filled with all kinds of different network signals, so it just struggles to maintain this specific one of yours. And in this case you might want to switch to 5 gigahertz, which it says it's faster, but that will basically solve your problem with densely populated areas, or hopefully it will. Now the downside here of the 5 gigahertz is that only newer devices will support it, ones that actually have Wi-Fi 6, this right here, which Wi-Fi 6, ironically named, is actually the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. So if you have Wi-Fi 6, you should be good to go. I connect to it. Now if you don't know, easy way to check it is when you enable the 5 gigahertz and you turn it on, and the said other device that you're trying to connect to this hotspot with does not see this this network, doesn't show up in the list, that probably means that it doesn't support it. As devices that don't support it just simply don't see the network at all. Now like I said, for most people the 2.4 will be better option, as it's just more versatile. Every device supports it, and the benefits of having a faster network and all that crap is kind of marketing jazz. You're relying on a mobile network, and most likely your mobile network isn't anywhere near the ability to cap 2.4 gigahertz network speeds. So the faster network basically means absolutely F all, as you're most certainly going to be more capped by the mobile network that you're receiving, the speed of it, and latency of it. Meaning that Wi-Fi, like the 5 gigahertz one, has no benefits in the speed aspect. And for probably some decent amount of time, you will be capped by mobile networks and how fast they are. So as an example, at my house I was using 2.4 for 600 megabits per second internet speed, and that was well in its capability, no problem there. So my phone supports max 60, at least my mobile network. So I am like 1/10 of what my home network could do with the same kind of on the same kind of thing. So like I said, mobile networks will be the limiting factor for most likely a decent amount of time. And on top of that, most people even have limit on how much mobile data you can use. That is a very important thing that you might want to also check out. So if you have like a couple gigabytes of mobile network, check on your plan if, for instance, exceeding that amount won't incur some kind of additional fees on you. If not, then you're good. If so, I recommend changing your data cap limit, which you would have to do in, not here, but in the connectivity section in the settings. Now, one more thing in here that I want to talk about is the automatic turn off personal hotspot. So it will automatically disable it when no devices are connected for 10 minutes. It's a very nice feature. It only turns it off when device disconnects from your hotspot and is disconnected for 10 minutes, which means that, for instance, if you're using your laptop to work remotely, you'd close the lid, it would disconnect, and 10 minutes later, your phone will automatically turn it off. I recommend keeping this option on as, at least personally, I tend to forget to turn off my hotspot, and this ensures that the device does this for me. And the reason this is a little bit more important is because hotspot will consume more of your phone's battery, so when you're done using it and you forget about it, it would be basically wasting your phone's battery for no reason. Now, quickly checking the thing that I mentioned with the data cap limit. I believe it should be under, let's see, mobile network and data usage, and here, data usage limit. So in here, you can select a limit to how much data you can use, either per day or per month, or basically you can select each day. And yeah, you just basically select whatever you want right here. Obviously, make sure that this is on first to do this. And at that point, when you're approaching whatever limit you set to yourself, basically your phone cuts away the internet and you cannot exceed it, which is going to save you from having like some additional fees from your service provider. Anyway, once everything is set up, you can find this toggle, and instead of holding it, just simply tap on it to turn it on, which you can see right here. And it looks like we don't have any kind of icon that would indicate that it is running, but when you pull it down, you can see that it is right here. So from here, you can connect with other devices to this. And once you're done, if you don't want to wait that 10 minutes, you can just tap on this toggle for the second time, and this will turn it off, which you can also see right here briefly. So hopefully you found this video helpful. And if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.